Welcome back everyone to the Coach Approach, Coach Blake of the Black Baker, and today we're going to be looking at patch notes here. I'm just a little bit late, but still worth looking at here. These are just like mid-season patch or mid patch updates, but I'm not going to focus too much on that. We're just going to focus on pretty much what's happening within the patch here. So Ahri got a little change. I can't really call it a buff or a nerf. Basically, her passive on her Q is now her passive on her passive, which allows her to heal off of all her abilities, not just her Q, which makes her laning a lot safer. I would assume. I don't really think it makes or breaks her. Thing is, Ahri's just always been a very good like solo Q champion, just because she's there's so much she can do. Now, as far as like a 5v5 or LCS type of thing, she's not that great because she doesn't really bring a lot to the table except picks. And obviously, when people communicate well, people know how to posture and stuff like that, it's really hard to get those picks. So I don't think she shines everywhere within the team play like that. But within solo queue, because there's less coordination, I think Ahri is just one of those champions that just always is meta because her kit is just really, really good. Especially when you're dealing with these high mobile assassins and stuff like that. As long as she plays safe till 6, she's actually able to avoid a lot of damage just by pressing R. So that, alongside with the healing and lane, being able to sustain, will make her better not just against the assassins, but also anything that can like poke her out pretty much. Doesn't really, like I said, doesn't really make her break her. I think she's the exact same, but this just helps her out in lane. Ashe base damage decrease. I think they're on the right track. I just feel like they need to go a little bit further. That champ is really strong for something so easy. I feel like champs that are easy shouldn't necessarily be that strong versus champs that require a lot of time to practice and they're just kind of weak. You know what I mean? And so I think Ashe is too good to be too easy. I feel like you should be rewarded for playing well, not just because your champ is extremely strong. And so I don't really know what direction they should go other than nerfing the damage, but I think they still need to keep going wherever they're headed. Galio Q damage decrease. I think it was definitely necessary. Jarvan's Q damage increase. Honestly, I don't think it does much at all. They need to like rework him, I think. Really, he's only used for his ults. So he's not really that great in solo queue anymore because a lot of champions nowadays have dashes or ways to get over the wall. I mean, look at Samira, right? She's coming out, she could dash. So if that champion's played, she's getting through walls. Lucian's played right now, dashes. Ezreal's played, Caitlyn's played. Ashe isn't, but once again, like, that's one champion out of the meta right now. As far as mid laners go, everything can hop over walls. Top lane thinks everything has dashes or waits over the walls. Volibear is one of the high picks for jungle. He can just like too many things can go over his wall, and I feel like this champ is just useless because of that particular thing. So increasing his damage isn't really make Jarvan better because all these champions are just outdating him. They need to rework him in a way where his wall isn't easily able to just like get hopped over. The thing is though, there's already a champ that kind of does that. It's kind of like, it's Camille, where you're locked in. So I don't really know specifically what they're going to do if they rework him. They're basically going to have to make it Camille ultimate, or I don't know, something like that. But yeah, definitely damage is not that's not fixing Jarvan. He's still just very bad. Q mana restore removed, W cost increased, E cost removed, missile speed increased. So this was interesting. Her E doesn't really cost any mana anymore, which means her laning should be a lot better. And I feel like that is something that she needs. She might need a little bit more of something because she's still really easy to get capped. She's no escape, and she comes online extremely late. But I feel like this would help her out on laning a little bit better. She's just gonna need a little bit more of a push though. It doesn't really change the fact that she still kind of sucks. Base health and armor growth decreased. I'm not really sure what this is about, but there you go. Base attack speed growth increased. I actually like this. I like these changes. I want to see Miss Fortune back in the meta. I really do like seeing Miss Fortune. Hopefully they keep doing that so she can get back in. She makes for very interesting fights, and you have to position yourself well, which means she can't take all the fights she wants to take because her ultimate needs to be lined up properly. And you can really tell a good Miss Fortune player from like just a person that's playing her. And so I really do like seeing Misfortune players when they play. I also like the lethality build on Misfortune. That is disgusting. Rumble, Q damage increase. I don't think he needed that, but there you go. Set passive right punch damage. Wait, passive right punch change to scale with bonus attack damage. Q bonus damage ratio of targets. Maximum health now fixed. Bonus damage ratio per 100 total attack damage now scales. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with this champion, honestly. This is what happens when they release a champ they fucking can't balance. The balance is just all over the place, and it's never really going to be balanced or even close to it because the kit doesn't allow it, which kind of sucks because it's not really on the balanced team, so to speak. I remember them saying they don't have a balanced team, but that was a while ago. It's not on them at this point because, like, can you really be mad at the people that has to balance when the person that balance doesn't really get the say-so of creating the champion? Right, the person that creates a champ, hey, here you go, here's a new champ. Oh, you know, we create it. Looks fun, it's awesome. And the balance team is like, fuck, here's another nightmare. But I guess we gotta do it because that's our fucking job. So it kind of sucks. And like I said, I don't really know where they're going with this. It's just his kit is strong as hell, and unless you nerf him to the ground, I mean, that's what he does. He's not particularly OP as fuck though. This is definitely a pro play thing, I think. Oh yeah, through pro plays. Okay, yeah, it's definitely a pro play thing. It's not a solo queue thing at all. Maybe it's like challenging grandmaster type stuff, but it's definitely not anything lower than that. Passive shield decreased. They need to nerf more. They need to nerf his damage. They're in the right direction though, because I remember last patch they did nerf his Q damage, but they need to nerf him some more. And the thing is, I really love Shin. Shin's one of my favorite top laners, but I do know the champion is fucking stupid right now. So once again, on the same line of it shouldn't be so rewarding for being so easy. I understand champs need to be easy because there's players that just can't handle the harder champs, but there should be a fine line where it's like your champ isn't better than another champion even though you have zero experience on that champ. You know what I mean? Like, that's unfair to say. Aatrox is one of the hardest champions in the game to learn, and he sucks compared to Shin. Like, what? That doesn't make no sense. He sucks compared to Garen. Makes no sense, right? So I feel like these are some champions that need to be rewarded for playing extremely well versus champions where you can just basically do nothing. And you really just don't fucking have any damage. Aphelios is one of them. Like, Aphelios compared to Ashe is just 10 times better, but Aphelios requires so much more work. Like, you know what I mean? It's just not fair. So I hope that they do something about that. Dragon Form explosion radius increased. Dragon Form visuals and cast indicator now accurately represents the ability hit radius. Dragon Form grounded zone tick rate decrease. I've seen this in play. Nothing really to explain about that. Those are just like little minor tweaks. E damage per stack ratio increased. R bolt damage reduction per enemy hit decrease. So I remember when people were talking about this shit, like, oh my lord, this AP thing is going to be so cool. But this champs is the fucking same. And that's pretty much what I thought. Nothing changes with Twitch. He's the same exact fucking champion. It just helps him a little bit, but it isn't as big as everybody keeps saying. And that's kind of why patch notes... This is kind of why I do patch notes after they come out rather than before, because a lot of people just kind of get their foot put in their mouth, especially like a lot of these videos that say, you know, massive changes coming. How are massive changes coming every single fucking patch, dog? Like, that doesn't make sense. So, but yeah, I definitely, there's no difference. This champ's still the fucking same. It just helps him a little bit. I mean, you could say, well, maybe you feel the power, but that's probably because you're fed. Which, in case anything, fed is really strong. W thrust damage increase, once again, something that just doesn't matter. Guardian is overperforming on mage, enchanted, blah blah blah. I don't really see a difference in that either. But I know these are like balance changes. Like they have to tweak it a little bit just to see how it does, so it doesn't actually break the champions. I'm aware of that, but yeah, nothing really like is actually like worth talking about this patch. which is why I kind of hesitated to make the video in the first place. But yeah, nothing really happened this patch. She got some nice visual updates though. I really do like the Ignite update. That I think was really necessary. I like the way that it looks. I like the indicator. I have still yet to see the Tryndamere like flashing light thing. Other than bug fixes, upcoming skins, of course. I can't wait for Samira to be released. And that's pretty much it. I don't really have much to say about this patch. This patch is kind of, nothing really got nerfed too hard and nothing really got over buffed. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. I'll catch you back here next time on the next patch coming out. Thank you guys for approaching this like a coach.